Good evening. Welcome to our Inspirations online class. We're going to sneak peek some new Christmas projects. We're going to talk about getting ready a little at a time, and we're going to look at some evergreen favorite projects that you may want to consider this year. So let's get started. My name is Lynda Angelestro, and I'm your studio product manager, and I'm here to share a little bit about the fun things that you can do in studio, particularly for Christmas this year. But before we get going, let's give away 20 points to those of you that arrived on the call in such an early and timely fashion. And I'm going to do a countdown this time rather than a letter. And it's going to be Gail Porter, who's going to win 20 points. And we'll put those in your account, Gail. So welcome, and let's get going on our class. First of all, we're going to take a look at some of the fun that we've been up to on Club HM's Facebook page. And seriously, you should so join us on our Facebook page and participate in our challenges. We give away points, prizes several times a week, and very often as I'm totting up the points, which I do every week or week and a half, I look at the points that some people have accumulated, and they really are a nice, handsome kind of a number. So join us on our Facebook page. It's an easy way to add points to your account. So this week we asked our Facebook users to show us some holiday projects. And so we're going to see 3 really cool holiday projects. This one is from Leanne Rice Barr, and it's an 11 by 14 subway style poster designed to be framed. And it's all holiday cheer on our poster. So we love it. It's in this pink and teal turquoise that's really popular right now. And so we're excited to have this. It's already in the template gallery. And if you're interested in this particular poster, there is the number at the end of it that you input into the search engine in the template gallery to find it. Another one is from Carrie Peratt, and it's also an 11 by 14 poster, and it's Carrie's version of something that's been kind of going around Pinterest in paper and as a drawing, and it's Santa's beard. It's a countdown for young children, so you can just cross the beard off, or you can add a cotton ball to cover each number with a little dab of glue as you're going along, so that by the time the 25th arrives, you have a bearded Santa. Now, how much fun is that? So just a few cotton balls and a little dab of glue stick, and this would be a wonderful, fun way for a child to get ready for Christmas. We also had an entry from from Wendy Clifton. And this is a really interesting entry, and the reason that I chose it was that Wendy wanted a 5x7 greeting card, and she had seen an invitation that she liked, but she wanted to do more with it. So she used our import a page button to bring the basic shape of the front to the front of her greeting card and the back to the back of her greeting card. And then she used an entirely different card for the inside. It was actually a newsletter style card. So very interesting and creative combination of two cards, something any of you can do. And she also made address labels to be able to go on the Christmas cards to match. So we're also sending points Wendy Clifton's way tomorrow, and we appreciate these entries. They were fun for us to see. There were quite a lot of other fun ones that were there, so do stop by our page and have a look. Well, before we launch into the holiday card, and everyone has to have a holiday card, let's give away 10 more points. Okay. Well, our 10 points for this one is going to Virginia Synodinas. And we appreciate you being on the call, Virginia. And we're sending 10 points your way. Okay, so let's take a look at holiday cards. Before we do, we had several suggestions. You can put double stick tape on the cotton balls, and so they can be reused another time, or you don't have to mess with glue. I think it's kind of nice to make a new one every year, so I'm quite happy about the glue. But lots of different ways of doing things. Somebody backs this with metal and puts the cotton balls on a magnet so the kids can put them on and take them off and make a little bit of a game out of it. All wonderful ideas. Well, we're going to spend quite a bit of time in studio this time around, and one of the places that we're going to start is what's coming up on your screen right now, which are calendar cards. Calendar cards were very popular last year, except one of them had one of the months wrong when we started the season, and we had to do a little bit of hauling feathers back in and letting you have some free product. But this year they've been gone over and gone over and gone over, and the calendar cards look good to go. And these are something that I particularly like because I like to see Christmas cards, and they don't even have to have a Christmas or a New Year's theme, but I like to see these calendar cards given as holiday cards because they'll be kept close all year long. And so these will not go in the trash mid-January or in the box with the Christmas decorations. These will be kept out. And we're going to go into studio and look at these because I want to show you how they're constructed so that if you use import a page to put these calendar grids on other things, you'll understand how they work. These are wonderful to send to servicemen. They're wonderful for your children to make for their friends. They are wonderful for businesses to use. And this advantage of having them be around all year long is wonderful for people who are heritage makers, consultants, and want to keep the name and contact information close by. Our 4x8 photo cards are extremely inexpensive, and there's absolutely no reason that your child shouldn't give one of these to every person in their class, perhaps with a ribbon, with a hole punched in the top, with a little bit of curling ribbon to make it a little bit more of a gift. So great, great calendar cards. Let's go into Studio and have a look at one of these calendar cards. Okay. Lots and lots going on this evening, but because these calendar cards are quite small, they're constructed in a particular way, and I want you to be aware of that so that when you're working with them, you can you'll know what to do if you're making them much larger. I mean, these would be cute on a poster, on a flyer, you know, all kinds of ways to use them. So let's look at how they're constructed. So Studio is opening right now, and we're going to take a look at this very first card that was on the left-hand side. This is my granddaughter Alyssa, and this says, "Happy holidays from your friends, Doug, Shirley, Dan, and Alyssa Snyder." But it could just as easily say, "Happy holidays from your friend, Alyssa Snyder," because all of that name, text, and the "your friends" is text. Happy holidays is a piece of word art, and from is a piece of word art. But 2013, your friends, the rest, those are all text. Well, let's get in really close, and let's look at the calendar grids. And what I want to show you is that the months, you know, the days of the week at the top and the months are separate text box, but the bottom calendar grid part is from our Calendar Essentials collection, and if we delete it, there's another one there underneath, okay? And the reason for that is at this small size, it was just a speck less readable than we would have liked it to. And so this is a trick. If you're working with quite fine text, you copy it, and you go to Paste Special, Paste in Place, and Lock, and it is now doubled, and it just gives it a little bit of extra weight. So it is a wonderful trick for really tiny bits. Let's look at how that would impact us if we were going to import this into another product. So let's say we're going to start a new project, and we're going to start with a blank project. And let's say we're going to start with a poster. So we'll use one of these 11 by 14s, and we're just going to call this class, because it's just an experiment for right now. Okay. So I will be adding more calendar cards to our offering as the year progresses. We like every year to have calendar cards specifically for military that are made in BASIC so that anybody can jump on, even with a basic account, and make them for friends in the military or loved ones in the military. And we will be adding those in just a little bit. So we've started with our calendars. We have quite a lot of 2013 calendars. Input 2013, 2013 in the template gallery, and the various iterations of calendars in various products will come up. So you'll see calendar cards, you'll see planners, you'll see the smaller size calendar, and you'll see the larger size calendar. So if you put 2013, or you will only get this year's. If you put calendar in, you will get a lot, but you'll get a lot that we're in the process of replacing 2012 with 2013. So if you put 2013, it will come right up, okay? So I'm going to use my importer page, and one of the tricks that I like to use is to go to my projects and templates just to double check the name of the project I want to import. And of course it's 2013 gift calendar backup. So I'm going to go to my unfinished project, and I'm going to scroll down to 2013. You can see I've got a lot of old calendars that I'm working on updating. Let's see if this is the one. Yep, it looks like that's the one. Okay, so I'm going to import this to the page using our Import to Page button. And I want you to see that it's only a rather small portion of our poster size. Now, if I only wanted to work with the calendar itself, I could totally delete all the background papers and just work with the calendar. But let's pretend that I want to replicate this somewhat across a poster size. What I would do is I would go to Edit and say Select All, and it will be locked. I'll unlock it. I will go to the Layout tab, and I will unlock the proportions so that I can stretch it to fit my poster. I will bring it over until it fits in one direction. And then I will bring it down until it fits in the other. Now that text is a little stretched out, and I'm not sure if I'm happy with it. I might want to actually focus on the calendar part and have it be a little bit of a different look, but I do know that I need to re-import my picture because that certainly isn't going to work to stretch poor Alyssa out, and I probably need to work with my poinsettias too. So let's lock all on the page. let's go back to the My Projects tab and go to Alyssa's picture and bring it back up. And then go to Tools, Adjust, and put her back about how we had her before. Let's go to our poinsettias and take the lock proportions off. And let's make them a little prettier shape. And if they're not cooperating, we'll just delete them and we'll bring them back up from our Import a Page at the bottom. They already have their drop shadow on them. We'll just have to adjust our size a little bit. Okay, so that was basically how they had them. So probably something we'd still fiddle with a bit, but that is basically how you would turn the card into a poster. Now, we may not need that doubling of the text, and so we may take that double text off if we wanted to, so that it wasn't quite so dark. But basically, use your Import a Page, but then with some things that are stretched out, it's often easier just to bring them back up onto the page. So there you go. While we're in Studio, I want to show you a little bit about calendar art collections and what's available this year. So we're going to put calendar in the search engine, and you'll see that there are 3 calendars this year made specifically for 2013, and then there are also some calendars like Calendar Essentials and Calendar Boxes that will work for, and Timeless Calendar that will work for any year. But these calendars at the front are very clean, very easy to use, and have the months at the top so that you're not hunting and pecking for the right one. So they should make it really easy for you to add things to your projects when you're designing your own calendars. Okay, well, let's get out of Studio and take a look at some other cards that have had a really wonderful following across the years, and a couple that are brand new to us. So again, here are the calendar cards on display for you if you need them, and these numbered ones are in the gallery already as of today. So if they have a number behind them, we've already put them in the gallery for you. Okay? So let's move on. Maybe we can move on. Oh, there we go. Our 8x-photo cards are really, really popular. They're printed on only one side, and so you get a really good deal on them, although they're the same kind of quality paper as the rest of our offering. You know, pretty close anyway. It's not quite the same, but it's almost there. And they come in an envelope, and the envelope, when we very first put them out, didn't quite fit them snugly. It had quite a bit left over at the end, and now they have beautiful envelopes that fit them. They're not quite the high-end quality of our full front and back type of cards, but it's a nice quality, and so these are wonderful cards if you are sending them to a lot of people because they are very, very inexpensive. So here are a couple that go back to our introduction of the photo card, and a couple that are fairly new, but they're all absolutely gorgeous and allow you to add your family picture to them so that you can send a personalized greeting out. And of course, you know that you can change anything. If there's a color that you don't like, if you want to add something or you want to change the text, it's all there for you. These cards also come in the 4x8 size as well as the 8x4, and we're showing those on your screen right now too. And again, absolutely gorgeous, from very from very decorative to extremely clean and contemporary cards for you. One of our most popular card designers is Jill Means. She has this very, very clean contemporary style, and these beautiful cards are all available to you, and these are all invitations, so they in most cases have a simple paper on the back, but you can change that into your news, your little newsletter. So beautiful cards that you'll absolutely love. We also have a beautiful selection of cards from Roxanne Buchholz in the template gallery. I'm just showing you a couple. Look carefully at cards when you look at them. Some of them may have a 2011 date on them, like this one on the right, and you'll want to change that. It's just text to 2012. But I love these three cards from Roxanne, that they just scratch the surface of what's available. Now, this center card is totally new, and one of the reasons I love the center card is that it is the perfect size to show off some of your Instagram photos. So use this to show off those Instagram photos. Beautiful card. It's an invitation, so on the back you can do all kinds of things with it. Let's look at another one of our very popular cards. It's actually a Tri-fold Brochure, and it's by Savanna Rodriguez, and this is actually designed on its side, but it's very easy for you to change the date and the name and your text, and it's very easy to access, but when you open it in Studio, it will open the other way. And it's also easy to change the color scheme on this, because all of these things can be custom colored to suit your Christmas color scheme this year. Okay, so let's have a look at another really popular Christmas gift, and that's calendars. But first of all, shall we give away another 10 points? Yep, okay. This is a countdown, so it's going to take me a couple of seconds to count down. And this is 10 points. Okay, this is going to Cheryl Barton. So Cheryl Barton. Okay. Cheryl, it has 10 points coming her way just for being on our call this evening. Congratulations, Cheryl. So let's look at calendars. Calendars is something else that we try and get started on about this time of year. And you will see more and more calendars added every week, clear through to about September. So calendars are also wonderful. One of the calendars that comes back at your request every year is this nature calendar by Jill Means. And so here is the 2013 version. The nice thing about this calendar will be apparent when you see your screen in just a minute. On the left is the calendar as Jill designed it in Studio, and that's how your template will appear. But on the right is an easy change I made to accommodate a different set of photos, because everything in this calendar is color customizable and can be changed easily. So I think you'll agree that being able to change the pieces on the page to fit your photographs is a wonderful way of being able to use Studio. There are several of the calendars that I've done in past years and a couple of new ones in the gallery for 2013 in the 11 by 8.5 size. And they should be up on your screen about now. Let me hang on just a second and go back to some information that somebody's requesting. The Tri-fold Brochure by Savanna Rodriguez is in the gallery now. It is template number 66457 if you missed it, and it is in the gallery. Okay, so back to our calendars. We love to give calendars to Grandma, and so in the bottom middle there's a calendar full of riotous flowers and bright pages that Grandmother would love. That's called Grandma's Family Calendar, and each of the pages has the same set of 3 photos on it, but it has all kinds of different flower treatments on each page. So lots and lots of fun, Grandma's Family Calendar. There are 2 calendars also at the bottom that one's requested to be brought back from years past and updated for you, as is the one at the top left, which is very popular, this garden calendar, because it is a basic calendar, and it's designed for you to use to make a calendar for your hobbyist or enthusiast. So if it's photos of their garden or photos of their model airplanes, I mean, it could be photos of their children too, but it's all in basic, and it allows you to really give a beautiful, very personal gift to the people on your gift list. So lots of calendars in there already, more coming every day. So here are a couple of other calendars. in the larger size, and we say the larger size, but I want you to think about calendars. This size calendar, you just flip over the whole page, and so it is just the size that you're seeing on your screen. But the regular size calendars or smaller calendars, and I'm saying that with quotes around it, you show both the top and the bottom at the same time. And so if you're looking at a calendar that you want to fit in a smaller apartment or a smaller size, the larger calendar actually takes about ½ an inch less wall space than the smaller calendar. Does that make sense? Okay, so I hope that you can follow that. I'm going to take you into Studio really quickly to look at this family calendar by Amy Crane, because it has a bit of a twist to it, and I can't remember if I downloaded this or not, so we may move on while I'm downloading it and come back to it in a bit, but let's look. Nope, I didn't. Let's go to the template gallery, and let's put in that size calendar, and let's put in well, let's just scroll down and find Amy's calendar. So here it is, and I'm going to open up the preview so that you can see that this calendar was designed so that grandma or their aunts and uncles can use this as scrapbook pages after they're done with the calendar. So the calendar, you would cut the bottom off, and they would be 11 by 11, and you would probably, with your calendar gift, give them the appropriate color 12 by 12 cardstock so that they could cut the 11 by 11, mount it on a 12 by 12 cardstock, and tuck it in a standard post-bound album. So kudos to Amy Crane. This is a wonderful idea, and we're really quite crazy about it. So really nice 2013 calendar already in the template gallery with that particular feature. Okay, so let's, we're spending a little bit more time in Studio than we usually do. I have a lot to show you. So let's zoom along a little. But first of all, we need to give 15 points away. So if that's okay with you, we're going to give 15 points away. And we're going and we're giving these to Seema Kenny. And Seema Kenny is winning 15 points, and I will try and get to those tomorrow, Seema, so congratulations. So let's first look at Michelle Bell's Christmas countdown blocks. They're absolutely wonderful. There's a photo on the other side on the right of how these look. There are instructions with the template. Basically, it's a 2x4 on its, flat, and it has two 4-inch blocks sitting on the top of it, and the 4-inch blocks. You turn them over so that they, let's see, so that they read the correct, date for your Christmas countdown. So your kids can have a lot of fun doing these. Now, when you get into the template, you'll notice that there are lots of quite strong circles and squares in the template. And what I propose is that you duplicate some of those circles and you reduce them in size, layer them in there appropriately, and then add family photos. Because this 4 inches is really quite big. It's as big as the tiles that we make. So there's plenty of room for family photos to be mixed in with these particular blocks. But I do like the idea of echoing a shape that's already on the block. So you can mix it up. You can have a few photos on some of them, not photos on others. You could also move this days until Christmas up on the long design and add a family name or put it in script over the top of the days until Christmas. Okay? This comes in all kinds of color versions. So here's one that's called Fun Countdown Blocks, and it's kind of all kinds of crazy mixed up colors. And here is I should clarify and tell you that this is made up of 3 different scrap pages. Maybe it's even 4. And so all the numbers are there. In fact, there are 2 1s, 2 2s, because you might need for the 22 date or the 11 date. And so it does cover what needs to go on which block, and so it does give you very thorough instructions. So if you couldn't see the 0 or you couldn't see another number, it is there. Okay, so this one is 74050, and this one is red and blue countdown blocks. And there are a couple more. There's one in a more traditional red, green, and sparkly version, and there's one in a gingerbread version. So Countdown Blocks by Michelle Bell. I really recommend them. They're really cute. So yes, some of the numbers in these sets are duplicated because if you are on the 22nd of December, you'll need 2 2s. If you're on the 11th of December, you'll need 2 1s. So they are already duplicated. You don't have to worry about them. Okay? Another thing that I think is absolutely adorable is to have place cards on your table for Christmas dinner. And I've made sets of place cards for 2012 in several designs from playing cards designed on their side. And I found these very tiny little balls with kind of a double ring on them that are designed specifically for place cards at Michael's Craft Store. And they come 2 to a box, and they were normally 99 cents for the box, but they had a special where they were 2 for $1, so I got 4 of them for $1, so 25 cents a piece. and they just are gorgeous on the table. And we've got it all sorted out so that when this goes in the little ornament on the back side, you see Christmas 2012. And I think there are 3 different versions in the template gallery. Let's take a look. Well, this is a good example. So this is what it looks like on one side. This is what it looks like on the other side. This one is kind of a gingerbread-y kind of thing. And I dare say that we will be making some Thanksgiving sets before things, before too long. But these are, there are 3 different kinds in the template gallery. I'm showing you 2 here. In addition, there are some matching bits for your tree. And you've seen the big junk food buckets, and you've seen the smaller buckets. This bucket is about 1.5 inches high. It's got it's teeny. It's no bigger than an ornament for your tree, but the lid still comes off. And these are 8x4 photo cards that make 2 liners for the inside of these tiny buckets. And they match the place cards that we just showed. So tiny little ornaments for your tree, tiny buckets. You can put things in them. You can put wishes in them. But they're not very big. They're about 1.5 inches tall. You can decorate the handles with a few pieces of ribbon, and they're just really kind of fun. Another thing that I've done now for a couple of years in a row is use playing cards as Christmas tree ornaments by punching a hole in the top and the bottom, threading very narrow silver ribbon through that I thread buttons, beads, and bells on so that I can use them as hangers and with strings. And I'm going to make a couple more sets of these in different styles for you before the Christmas season gets well underway. So watch for them. But they're really fun. And my grandchildren beg to have the old ones put on the tree because I put new photos in them every year. And so they like to be able to look at themselves from year to year. So a lovely tradition. So hang on to the old ones. There are already, the date is changeable on the back to 2011. It can be changed to 2012, but we'll probably put a 2012 set in the template gallery with a little bit of a twist. Now, if you are kind of gingerbread crazy like I am, and you've already made your place cards and your little mini ornaments from buckets, why not add a whole canvas with your family name on it and gingerbread people representing your family to welcome your guests. Wonderful thing to have hanging up. So let's speed along a little bit. Here is something beautiful for your holiday home. It's a 3-panel family fold. You cut it into 3 pieces, mount it on foam core, and punch holes in it, and tie them together, and then hang it on the wall so it says joy, as is illustrated on the left-hand side. It's from Michelle Wolfley, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Okay? We're going to move on to neighbor gifts. We need to give 10 more points away, and we're going to give those away to somebody whose name begins with K. And it is going to be Kim Moore. So Kim, 10 points coming your way. And it's, okay, railroad. Okay, so neighbor gifts. Let's show you some of the most popular neighbor gifts that we've shown in the last year or two. So this is one that I designed last year. It's a 6x9 booklet, so very inexpensive. It has all these recipes that use this particular sugar cookie mix, so you can make a few of those sugar cookies. You can add a package of the sugar cookie mix and the recipe book, and of course this gives people something to be able to turn to for cookies all year long. I assembled all of this in a little Christmas container and tied the cello around it with a bow, and it was a very, very popular Christmas gift. Another Christmas gift that I have given several years in a row is this fresh potpourri. So there are instructions on the back. You fold it, it's a postcard, to cut the fruit up into slices and put it along with the cranberries and the spices into either an open crock pot or on the stove and just simmer away for the most fabulous Christmas, absolutely fabulous Christmas smell in the house. Absolutely wonderful. And so this has been a very popular gift. I live in a community with a lot of, there are some older people and there are some people who are very environmentally conscious, and they like the idea that this is a consumable gift and that it's fat-free and it's not going to go to their waistline. So that's another gift that I give. I will give the little booklet with the cookie recipes, and I make a batch of several of the cookies and put a few of each one in the basket with the recipes and a package of cookie mix, and then just tie it all up and make a nice basket. Somebody asked how I did that. Our most popular neighbor gift ever is Roxanne's Holiday Cookie Bucket. It's a 12 by 12 scrap page. It makes 2 buckets. This is the gallon-sized paint can that you can buy from the store. It is, clear plastic. Comes from the hobby and craft store. So each 12 by 12 scrap page will make 2. There is a smaller quart-sized one, also on a 12 by 12 scrap page, but you could only put very small cookies in it. So if you have a recipe for really small cookies that maybe come out of the cookie press that you like to give away, by all means look for the smaller size cookie bucket. But this is a very popular, probably our most popular neighbor gift. Something brand new for us this year is this fun activity, game, or gift. It can be personalized with your family's names. It can also, if you're very careful, to make sure that you trade out the same thing, say the red teddy bear in every case. You can add some photos to this instead of it all being Christmas bits and pieces. It comes in an 8.5 by 11 booklet, and you take the booklet apart and cut it apart and have a personalized bingo set. It's beautiful given as a neighbor gift while it's still in booklet form. It's got instructions with it, and so it makes a wonderful activity, game, or gift. So that's new and that's cool and fun this year. And we have a lot more coming up from Roxanne as we move into the fall. So let's talk a little bit about gifts for family and friends. We are pretty close to being out of time, so we're going to just do a really brief overview to plant some ideas for what you need to be thinking about for this Christmas so that you can plan and prepare. So we're not actually going to look at template numbers. I'll just tell you what you're looking at, and we'll discuss it for a few minutes. We'll give away some more prizes, and we'll look at what's coming up for our next class. One of the most popular gifts that I give in my family members, and I need to do it every 2 or 3 years, is to make every single grandchild in the family a post-bound album. So I gave them all post-bound albums last year, and I made each of them 5 scrapbook pages to go in their post-bound album. So an opening page and then 2 spreads. And what we've done is, what we're planning to do is we will collect these albums at Thanksgiving dinner, and I will make them another set of scrapbook pages, put them inside their existing post-bound albums, and rewrap them and have them as an additional gift under the tree. So we're going to make this a holiday tradition. And there are such cute post-bound albums for grandchildren, for anybody in the template gallery. Just select post-bound albums and see what you can find. Several of these here are ones that I actually gave my own grandchildren. Now, when it comes to gifts for the grown-ups, you'll want to be thinking about canvases, storybooks, calendars. You'll want to be thinking about memorable gifts, customized gifts about their lives, their children, their hobbies. And there are so many different things in the template gallery that will make wonderful gifts. What I recommend is that you start your gift list now. Write down the names of the people that you want to gift with the kind of memorable gifts that Heritage Makers provides you. And then go through and look at, maybe this is the year that they get a life storybook. Maybe it's the year that they have a beautiful canvas with their children on it. There are all kinds of wonderful gifts and greetings, but truly it is time to plan for it right now. We're going to cruise into studio one last time before we say good night, because I want to show you what happens if I put Christmas in the art, what happens if I put holiday in the art, and what comes out. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go to our holiday bingo. So the template gallery is a single search engine, but the art is not. You can put more than one. You can put more than one item in the search in your art collections. So let's put Christmas. Let's put Christmas in here and see what comes up. So you can see what the vast number of collections that you have to work with. So let's see, we start with frostbite, feeling frosty, and nutcracker. Oh my goodness. It returned 50 and asked us to click to see more. So there is a lot for you to work with if you like the shape and look of a card but want different paper in it. Don't hesitate to substitute it for that. That's what Heritage Makers is all about. Oh, we've got to give away more points. 20 points if you'll hang in. Okay. And this is a slide up and down, and whatever comes up, comes up. This is Rita Melnichek. Rita, to spell this properly, 20 points, Rita. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us. Let's take a quick look at what's coming up. Our next class. And our next class will feature both me and Roxanne Buchholz, and it's a sports special, and we have all kinds of interesting and original ways for you to honor the sporting events that go on in your family. We also may sneak peek just a few items from some sporting collections that are coming up in the next couple of months. So you'll really want to pop in and have a look at those. And I have put something on there that's a clue to a much requested collection. So once again, thank you for all your support and spending this hour with us, and we will see you in a couple of weeks' time. Thank you.